Welcome to the Fintelligent Investor channel. I am CA Pratiksha Pai. It is the tax return filing season, and I'm sure many of you might think that let us file our tax returns early and be on better side of the compliance. But before you do that, please watch this entire video where we are going to discuss certain points which might get missed while you file your tax returns and could end up being a more messed up scenario and might end up in you getting a notice. So these things might skip your mind, so be sure to watch this video till the end so that you can check if any of these matters concern your particular case and you can look into it while filing your tax returns. So let's start. If you have undertaken any specified financial transactions which involves parties like bankers, brokerages, mutual fund houses and sub-registrars, then please understand that these parties will have to report these specified financial transactions to the income tax authorities, from where it gets translated into something called AIS, that is Annual Information Statement, which is available to you as a taxpayer. Now, why this becomes important is that you should go through your AIS, that is your Annual Information Statement, so that any specified financial transactions undertaken by you do not escape your knowledge while you're filing your income tax returns. So when you go through this AIS, you are aware of all the specified financial transactions that have already been reported to the income tax authorities, and where they are in the knowledge or in the know, or they are aware that you have undertaken these specified financial transactions. So be sure to include these specified financial transactions if at all you have missed any while filing your income tax returns. Now, the due date for these parties to report these transactions to the income tax authorities is 31st of May. So it is prudent to wait till 31st of May before you generate your AIS, so that your AIS has the complete information of all your specified financial transactions, and you are also aware to include these SFTs in your tax returns while you're filing your tax returns. You should be sure to look at all your TDS and TCS information while filing your tax returns. There could be certain incomes that you have earned which might have suffered TDS, but that certain income might escape your knowledge while filing the tax returns. And worse still, you might declare the TDS amount but not show the income, which will put you in a mess. So what I would tell you is, please download your form 26AS, which has all the information in relation to the incomes where you have suffered your TDS or TCS, where it has been deducted by the other person and the income has been credited to your account. Again, by downloading the form 26AS, you get a complete information of all the TDS, TCS done for your PAN and the incomes in correlation to that. So this helps in two things. First thing, you can be sure to include all those incomes in your tax returns, as well as secondly, you can be sure to show the correct amount of TDS and TCS in your tax returns. Again, the deadline for the filing of Q4 information of the TDS and TCS is 31st May. So please wait till 31st May and then you can generate your TDS and TCS information, so that you have a complete information of the TDS and TCS and the correlated incomes while you are filing your tax returns. You may have deposits with banks like FDs, SBs, RDs, which generate interest income for you. Now, these interest incomes are taxable, Not only that, but the TDS is also deductible on them, and with one party being the bankers, this income also gets reported to the income tax authorities. So basically this income gets generated in your AIS as well as your Form 26AS. So be sure to check your AIS and your Form 26AS to get details about your FD interest, SB interest and RD interest, and include the correct income details while filing your tax returns. Next, if you are dealing in mutual funds, then the mutual funds purchase or redemption or any dividends earned, all these transactions are also reported to the income tax authorities by the mutual fund houses. And this information also gets reflected in your AIS. So when you are generating your AIS, you should also be sure to see all the information relating to your mutual fund purchase, redemptions and dividends earned, and see the appropriate taxes applicable on them and include them in your tax returns while you're filing your tax returns. So to tell in more detail, of course, any gains that you earn through mutual fund transactions, it could be short-term or long-term capital gains, and you can also get the details of your purchase and redemptions and dividends earned in the AIS. So even if you have failed to maintain these details, you get these details in the AIS. So calculate your short-term or your long-term gains and report it to taxes while filing your income tax returns. Next, if you are dealing in shares, or if you are an intraday trader, or if you are an FNO trader, then your transactions in this respect will also be reported to the income tax authorities, which in turn gets reflected in your AIS. So you have to check the gains or the losses made on such transactions like shares transactions or FNO trading or intraday trading, and include such gains or losses also while you are filing your tax returns. If you have purchased or sold any property in the year, then you should know that the sub-registrar also reports these transactions to the income tax authorities, which in turn gets reflected in your AIS statements. Now, if you have purchased any property, then you should file your return involving the sources of income that have been utilized in purchasing these properties. On the other hand, if you have sold a property for the year under consideration, then what you need to do is you have to show the gains arising out of such sale and offer the same to taxes. Again, as I said, the due date for reporting all these specified financial transactions and this TDS and TCS information for Q4, etc. is 31st May. So it would be better to wait till 31st May before you generate these information, because if you go ahead and file your income tax returns before 31st May as well, or even without looking at these information, there could be a situation where a mismatch might happen, and then a reconciliation is required, and then you have to file, say, revised returns and all that. So it is better to wait till you get all the information on hand and then see to it that you file your tax returns in a very proper manner. These are certain small issues which people generally neglect, and then it ends up in a tax notice, and then you have to run to a professional or an expert, or worse still, you try to give a reply to the tax department on your own and creating a bigger mess. So rather look at these issues right from the beginning and consider all these information while filing your tax returns, so that you are in a better place of compliance. If you found this video useful, please like the video and subscribe to our channel and share this video with all your friends. Thank you all. Let's meet another time with a new video.